I wanted to show you one more plot from this simulation, which is the moment arm of the biceps muscle as a function of time. So you'll notice that the moment arm gets bigger, meaning whatever force the biceps muscle produces is going to get multiplied by a bigger number because torque equals force multiplied by moment arm. And then it dips down a bit again. So the geometry of joints is often quite complicated, and it's not necessarily always obvious what the moment arm is going to be. But if we think about what is the moment arm of this muscle going to be as I flex it and extend it, we can see it's small here, and then it gets bigger. And then when we really flex the muscle, it's actually going to get smaller again. So you could imagine if I do something very extreme, right, that the perpendicular distance here to here becomes small compared to, say, right here. You can maybe even see there's a bit of a bump where the moment arm goes up and then it goes way back down. And if you get your elbow all the way extended, the moment arm becomes very, very small. I wanted to show you this because this, in my mind, this moment arm plus the muscle fiber length provides the best explanation for why the bicep curl is most difficult when you're getting started, because we can think about what's happening. Number one, what happens when your elbow is all the way extended? Well, the muscle fibers are very long, so you're probably operating at a non-optimal point on the force length curve. You're probably too far to the right. The length of the muscle is too long. Number two, whatever force the muscle does produce is getting multiplied by some very small moment arm, because the perpendicular distance from the muscle to the joint center is very small. So even whatever force you are producing doesn't produce very much torque. So that's why it's very hard to get started with the biceps curl. Now, there's a few things that work in your favor early on in the biceps curl. One of them is that the force of gravity acting on the dumbbell, for example, does not have a very large moment arm here compared to out here. This is where the moment arm of the dumbbell is going to be greatest, because the distance from where the dumbbell would be in your hand to where the elbow joint is going to be the biggest. Now, the reason the bicep curl gets much easier once you get to this point likely has to do not with the muscle length relationship, because remember, now the muscle fibers are too short and they're not able to produce very much force, but you've dramatically decreased the moment arm of the dumbbell in your hands. So that maybe will give you some visual intuitions about this, and I'll do one more video where I go through sketching this out and in the Blackboard and trying to make some sense of this.